My name's Will Jackson. I'm the Director of Engineered Arts. We're a small company based in the UK that specialises in building robots. Building robots is not just about mechanics, it's not just about making pieces of metal. It's about software, it's about engineering, it's about mechanical engineering, and it's really about integration. It's about putting all of those things together to make a working system, a working machine.
There are currently 18 members of the Engineered Arts team. They come from a variety of backgrounds.
It's very multidisciplinary, so everybody from creative people who are working on the design or the content, the kind of things the robot would say and do, how the robot would look, through to mechanical engineers who are designing perhaps how it would move in a particular way, electronic engineers who are designing the transistors, the chips and the components and the circuit boards they go on to. So there's many different aspects to building a robot like this.
In the offices upstairs, the designers and engineers use computer-aided design systems to develop new and improved versions of the robots. Downstairs, every model is assembled by hand in the factory workshop. But you're never going to find any of the robots they are building here working in a factory. When they are finished, these robots won't be replacing workers on an assembly line. They'll be in the spotlight, on a stage, in front of an audience.
When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle.
Robothespian is about automating acting. And we had an idea, this goes back about 12 years, we were asked to do some science explanation for a science museum, and we kind of thought the best way to do it was just get a person to talk about it. But a person doesn't want to repeat the same story all day, every day. So we thought, well, maybe we could automate this kind of storytelling and come up with a robotic actor to take the tedious role away from a human. So rather than having to repeat the same story to every person that comes along, the robot could do it for you. So that was the birth of the idea for Robothespian.
Robothespian can be pre-programmed with 3D animation software. The user can choose in advance what the robot is going to say, what actions it's going to use, and even when its cheeks are going to change colour during a performance. And Robothespian can also be controlled remotely. The robot has cameras, so the operator, who can be anywhere, is able to see through the robot's eyes. The operator can then directly interact with an audience, speaking through the robot.
Did you enjoy that?
Giving the illusion that the robot is alive and thinking, that the robot is sentient. The robot's software has face recognition technology, so its camera eyes are always scanning for faces, making eye contact with its audience. The movement of its head, the way it engages with the audience, and even how it blinks all add to the illusion that the robot is human. And all of these characteristics are vital to its purpose.
The only reason to make a human-shaped robot is to talk to you. Because that's what you're used to. You're used to something that makes eye contact with you, that smiles at you, that might wave to you. These are the ways we communicate as people, and if I want to make a machine to communicate with people, I need to emulate those human characteristics.
To be or not to be?
A robot who can sing and quote Shakespeare is an engaging and entertaining example of robotics in action. While it's very unlikely that many human actors will lose roles to Robothespian, or that you'll see it on screen in the latest blockbuster film anytime soon, this charming robot still represents some very real concerns about the ever-increasing levels of workplace automation in our society today. The fear that one day we will all be replaced by a robot. Every robo-thespian is made up of more than 2,000 individual components, from the tiniest plastic fingertip to hundreds of individual steel cogs. In the past, it would have required the work of many highly skilled craftspeople to make all these items. Today, most of the work of producing these components is automated. Guided by computer-aided designs, a single programmable machine creates the most complex and tiny components with perfect accuracy every time. All it takes is one machine and one person. Some experts have predicted that in the future, any job that can be automated will be automated. They've suggested that by the year 2030, as many as 800 million workers around the world will be replaced by robots. From self-driving cars to vacuum cleaners, we are starting to see more robots in our everyday lives. Does Will think there'll be a fully functioning robot in every home in the near future?
Personally, I don't think so. Personally, I wouldn't actually want one. The things we're looking at is I think you will start to see robots in many more commercial spaces. So if you go shopping, you might notice a robot at the door of a shop, and it might just tell you that actually we've got this lovely new suit in store today that might suit you. Have you tried our delicious noodles? It might just be an advertising robot like that, or it might just be purely for entertainment. You might walk down the street and there's a robot singing and dancing and doing a little song that you think is rather charming, and entertainment has value.
Engineered Arts have a new model called the Mesmer that looks less like a machine and more like a human. Its robotic skull is covered by a silicone skin, and it has realistic eyes and teeth. Maybe one day in the distant future, you won't be able to tell the difference between a robot actor and a real human. But Will and the team aren't thinking that far ahead yet.
In the short term, things are actually quite good for us. We have a lot of interest in the kind of machines that we're making. People find them entertaining, people find them engaging. So people are using them for sales, they're using them for communication. We also sell to universities who are studying robots and want a platform to develop on. It's quite difficult to make a robot from scratch. So we are moving to a newer, bigger factory 2 miles down the road at some point next year. And we're investigating commercial applications, entertainment applications. But it's really about engaging with people. It's about telling a story, and primarily it's about having fun. It's about improving human existence, not worsening it.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. How was that?